don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and about Messenger Down and like the kind of the roller coaster of Messenger Down over the years?
Yeah, it has been a roller coaster. So, I guess like the very beginnings of Messenger Down, it was like 2011. I had just left a band that I had kind of like started myself, but over the time, like I had kind of become like just a singer for it, and I've always like written songs by myself. That's when I'm the happiest. So I left that band, just kind of picked a guitar back up again, learned A Fever You Can't Sweat Out by Panic at the Disco from front to back, and started writing. So I recorded the first song in January 2012, put it out in February 2012. From there, kind of slowly started building like a little bit of a following locally. A couple people had reached out to me and were kind of interested in being involved somehow. So I built up like a live band, played first show, started doing a couple shows here and there, did a lot of acoustic sets back then. Then eventually, after about a year, there were a couple guys who had stuck with it, and we were all like best friends, so we decided, you know what, like, rather than this being just me as a solo artist, let's try this as a band for a little bit. The first release, The Gentleman's Guide to Keeping Away from People Like You, I wrote everything on it myself, and there's a couple songs that my guitar player at the time, Connor, played on, but besides that, that was on me. Then we kind of started entering like a roller coaster, or a revolving door rather, of constant member changes, people coming in and out. What Should Have Been Said, the second release, was recorded with a very partial lineup. We had, you know, the lead guitar player, Connor. I did all of the rhythm guitar. I did most of the bass. We had a friend help on bass, and then a drummer named Aaron Bose. We kept the three of us from that point until about July 2015, but everyone else, it was still kind of like a revolving door of in and out. Things just kind of reached a boiling point, and we were arguing more than we were getting along, so everyone just kind of went their separate ways, and I said, you know, I started it myself. I could easily keep doing this myself. So then enter current era Messenger Down. I started writing for Cheating Death. Started recording it about January 2016. Put it out in July. I've just been super busy since then. You know, writing more. I have 34 songs that I don't know what to do with. Trying to figure out what the next step is, but you know,
so
it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. So I mean, since you decided to go solo, like, do you regret that at all? Like, are there any times when you're like, damn, I wish I had this person or that person, like, you know?
Not really.
No.
The thing was, like, when I started Messenger Down, the idea, like, I've always just written songs by myself. I play guitar and bass, I play drums, play a little bit of piano, I do all of my own synthesizers and synth programming and all of that stuff, and I can even play a little bit of ukulele. I've been trying to work that into a song forever, but I can play a little ukulele too. So at the very beginning, the whole idea was like, I wanted it to be exactly what I wanted it to be, my kind of creative idea, and you know, over the years it like has kind of gotten compromised, and at one point it just didn't feel genuine anymore because I was writing more so to please everyone else that was involved rather than, you know, what I really wanted to do and what I really felt passionate about. So with coming back as like a solo artist and doing everything myself, again, it's been freeing and just, you know, fulfilling, and it's felt like really great. You know, I miss people personally, you know, and like you know, everyone that's ever been a, you know, important kind of part of it, we're still like best friends. I still support all of them in what they're doing now, and they support me continuing it myself.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, what?
Oh, I said that's good that, like, you guys, even though you went separate ways, like, you still are there for each other at the end of the day, you know? That's
Yeah,
really
you know, we were friends, a lot of them we were friends before Messenger Down got started, and for the most part, like I said, that very, very beginning of Messenger Down was the way it is now. This is me as a solo artist. If, you know, you can come on, play shows, do, you know, stuff like that, but, like, it's not a band, you know? You know, you have no obligation besides kind of showing up and playing shows and stuff like that. So, you know, a lot of them were into it back then. And for what it's worth, Messenger Down's been a solo artist for more of its history than it has been a band. Because it was only really a band from probably March, April 2013 until July 2015. I started it in February 2012, so that first over a year was just me. And then since July of 2015, so it's been over 2 years now since I've been doing it myself again, so.
Yeah, so when you finally released Cheating Death, how do you feel the reaction was? Like, were you happy with the reaction? Were fans not, what was your opinion on the reaction of it?
It was a very pleasant surprise how much support it got, because it is a little different of a musical style. You know, releases prior to Cheating Death were a little more of a alternative rock, sort of pop punk kind of thing. And there's definitely still guitars and a little bit of a rock vibe of a lot of Cheating Death, but then you have title track, which are very much pop songs, indie pop and pop kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone to like it. I didn't expect everyone to just kind of continue to support, because obviously with the change up and it being a solo artist again, and the musical difference, I knew some people weren't going to be into it, but it was really nice seeing as many people supported it, you know, they did.
Yeah. So you write all of the songs and everything. What has been your favorite lyric that you've written so far?
Oh, man.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one.
I write lyrics sometimes too. They'll just come to me, and so I'll write a little spiff here and there. And it's hard to find my favorite one, because they all mean so much. They all come from a certain spot.
Right. Let me think. There's a couple. One of them is from a song called "It's Not the Time That Matters, It's the Person," that was on What Should Have Been Said. That lyric is, "You're the hope in my hopeless, I'm hoping you'll notice."
I like that one too.
That one is a really nice play on words. Then in the song "Dead Weight" on Cheating Death, there's the lyric, actually the whole chorus of it is a favorite lyric of mine. There's, "So call it a call-out thread, who's up next? You can run your mouth for days on end, and baby, all press is good press, so please press send."
I love that lyric too.
I'm a big sucker for alliteration.
Yes.
Within lyrics, when you start with the same syllable at the beginning of all of the words. I'm really into that.
My favorite is You wouldn't know Heart if I tore out yours and put it on a silver plate as your main course. I absolutely love that.
Thank you. Yeah, Dead Weight is like really like witty and like sharp tongued. I take a lot of shots in that song. A lot of people have also told me that they really like a lot of lyrics from No Home for Ghosts.
Oh, I love that.
Like I'm the ill in illusion, you're an exit needs a ringing.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said that one's a good one.
Touch the rain. Love that.
I don't know. Another one that I like a whole lot. If two witches watch two watches, you came for sin, I came for skin.
Yeah.
I dig that one. There's a lot.
I've been listening to like your Spotify like on shuffle ever since North Carolina, like just constant. I'm really hooked to it.
Thank you.
I really like it. I'm really big with words. Like you can word choice is something really important, and nowadays, especially in a lot of the music today, there's not a whole lot of words. It's mainly just the same thing over and over again. And so I really like your emphasis on words and things like that. That's what I've always really enjoyed about music.
Yeah, something I've noticed a lot, and like I love pop music. Like I'll never like try to like dog pop music as a whole, because you know how like a pop punk kid is like really passionate about pop punk, or like a metal head is like really passionate about metal. I feel that way about like pop and stuff like that. But it's become like a very big trend in pop music for like, rather than writing two separate verses, to just have the same verse twice. And I don't know, it's like, it kind of bums me out a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, whatever, I still jam most of the songs that do that anyway.
Exactly.
But I do make like a conscious effort to think like, okay, what's a word I haven't used? Or like I'll think of a cool word and find a way to like work it into a lyric.
I do the same thing when I'm writing. So I'm pretty sure, as everyone does, you suffer from writer's block at some points.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody in particular that you run to, that you go to when you have writer's block? Like, hey, like I need help with this.
Like as like an individual person, like a personal friend, or like stuff that I listen to.
Either or, like anybody in the music scene that you turn to, or like music that you listen to kind of get you inspired. Anything that helps you conquer that writer's block.
As far as like personal people, the drummer that played on What Should Have Been Said, his name's Aaron Bose. He plays in a band called Ghosts Again now. He and I bounce ideas off of each other all the time. At one point we were working on the music for a video game together. So, like, we're best friends. We help each other out whenever we need it. We, show each other new synth sounds and cool little, like, diddlies all the time. So, I bounce ideas off of him. But then as far as, like, stuff that I listen to, the 1975 is, like, just, like, such a solid band. They have such an eclectic sound that like blends so many different things together, and that's kind of something that I also kind of want to do.
I can hear it
with what I do in Messenger Down.
Yeah.
Especially with the new stuff. But then I also I will kind of, rather than sitting down and listening to something that I know I like, I'll sit down and try to find something or revisit something I haven't listened to in a long time. I'm really big into R&B and especially 90s R&B, like B2K. I love that kind of stuff. I'm really into a lot of the more modern R&B stuff. What The Weeknd's doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my favorites. I really like Black Bear. So I try to get a little out of my element with it, and then I'll, if there's new stuff that I haven't listened to too often, I'll listen to that, it's a little less of a like, I'm comfortable, I've listened to this a million times, and a little more of a like, well, what's something I haven't listened to so much that I can maybe, you know, hear something I haven't heard before, and then that sparks something.
Yeah, so you had said in the beginning about having, like, what did you say, 34 songs that you have that you're, like, trying to figure out what to do with? Do you have any kind of idea? Like, anything in the works at all?
Well, I have 14 of them recorded.
Okay.
And I'm slowly but surely getting, like, the masters back for those and the finished products. It's just I have, like, the names of the EPs or albums, and I have, like, very loosely, like, a couple songs based around that concept. But, I don't know exactly, like, what's gonna come out. I don't know if, like, I know the name of the release that's gonna come next, and I know of, like, 4 songs that are, like, kind of married to that album concept, but I don't know if it's gonna be a full, you know, 11 to 14 song album, or if it'll be another EP. That's really where the, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do is coming down to.
Okay.
Whether it'll be an album or an EP. Because the thing is, like, I've done EPs forever, so I'm kind of like, well, I'd love to do an album. But with the style change on Cheating Death, it's smart to do another EP next, just to kind of, you know, warm more people up to
be strategic
the musical. Yeah, like, to get people a little more used to the musical progression and, you know, the more synth-driven indie pop vibe of,
because there definitely is a difference.
You know, what I'm doing now.
Yeah, there's definitely a different feel to Cheating Death than the past albums and EPs. I personally like Cheating Death the most.
Thank you.
Personally.
Me too.
But then again, like, it's the newest stuff, it's the latest version of what you're going through and, you know, everything like that. So, you know, of course it's going to be the best. You know, you can only improve every time.
Right.
So,
this is true.
I see you play a lot in North Carolina. Well, I mean, you're from Charlotte, but are you planning on going outside of North Carolina and South Carolina in the near future?
I play South Carolina a whole lot as well.
Okay.
Carolina and kind of upstate South Carolina is my realm, I guess, that I play a lot. But I just signed with a booking agency named Wavelength. Really great people. I've got a great deal of friends who are either in bands with the agency or work with the agency. So I'm really looking forward to getting out on the road and hopefully traveling. Right now, we were originally looking at August and November, and then August didn't happen. It is August right now,
Yeah.
so that didn't quite happen. November is like where we're shooting next, like a time frame when I'll get on the road. But at the same time, I'm working on new music. Anything can happen between now and then. I could say, hey, wait, like, let me finish some more songs and then tour.
Yeah, if you ever,
we'll see.
if you ever get up to the Maryland, Virginia, DC area, like if you're ever up there, let me know.
Okay. Well, that would be great.
Was there anything else you wanted to add?
I mean, I don't know, new music coming eventually. I'm constantly recording and working on new stuff, so hopefully everyone won't hate it.
As long as it's like genuine, I feel like everybody's gonna enjoy it. I highly doubt that it's not gonna be taken well.
But we'll see. I've got, I'm probably gonna record at least another like 5 to 10 more before I make a definite decision about like what I'm going to release and how I'm going to release it. Because like I said, there's like a bunch of different plans I'm kind of running through in my head of like, should I do EPs? Should I go straight into albums? You know, should I just start putting individual songs out as singles and then figure it out in a couple months? You know, there's a million ways I could go about it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, 'cause once it's released, it's released. There's no changing the way it's, you know. So, it's a big decision. Is there any, like, studio that you prefer, or do you, like, record at different studios when you do it? Or do you do your recording at home?
Well, right now I'm working out of Bloodstone Studios in Greensboro, North Carolina. The guy who runs that studio, his name's Rob Endling. He's in a band called Six Lights, and they're like super killer. He's an awesome guy, really easy to work with, and he's really like fast. Like, we're both really fast. When I was working on Cheating Death, we would usually dedicate like a day to instrumental songs. Like, we could knock out the instrumental of the song in one day, and then the next day we would work on the vocals and get all of that down. But with Rob, we're able to knock out, like, you know, sometimes 2-3 songs a day.
Whoa,
if we get started.
That's crazy fast.
Yeah, like, it's a really fast, efficient process that I couldn't imagine doing it any other way and being like happier, you know. It's really fun. It's like really solid work. Everything sounds phenomenal. So
that's awesome that you found a studio and a person, you know, that, you know, works at the same pace as you, has the same mindset as you. We got to get this stuff done. Let's get it out. You know.
Yeah. I think that's also like one benefit of it, of like being a solo artist too, is that like I do all of the synth programming myself. So when I show up to the studio, I already have like the stems for that like picked out. Like, I already have all of my synth sounds, and then like I don't have to worry about, oh wait, does the drummer know his part? Does my bassist, you know what he's supposed to play? Like, I write all of it myself, and I take care of it all myself. So I don't have to worry about, like, messing up or not knowing a part, because, you know, it's all, like, right there in front of me.
I mean, that's gotta be a benefit and a downfall, because, like, it's a lot more work on you, but then also at the end of the day, when the product comes out, it's like, that was all me, like...
Yeah.
It's
a lot more like rewarding overall. Yeah. Just because, like, you know, like I said, there's a certain camaraderie that comes from being in a band and doing everything kind of as a group. But when you sit down and listen to something that you've, you know, put in that much work for, it's like it makes you as like an individual feel fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be just so rewarding. I mean, kudos to you, because that's a ton of work.
Thank you.
A ton. No, but your live shows are great. I have to, you know, I said you killed it on the 11th, but I'll say it again, like, you killed it.
Thank you.
I mean, and especially for last minute too, for like just out of the blue, like playing a show.
Well, okay, so the funny thing about that show is that, I guess, like, first and foremost, like, unless I'm kind of, like, working someone up and, like, helping them learn the parts and stuff, I don't, like, practice with anyone. Like, my drummer and I, we play so many shows that, like, we don't really need to, like, get together a couple of days before the show and, like, practice. Because within the last month, we've had 2 or 3 shows and have played all these songs. So it was 3 o'clock. I'm out at lunch, And I get a call from Alfred from the second after.
Oh yeah, I know.
And he's like, he's like, hey, do you have any plans tonight? And I was going to go to the show, but it had sold out before I was able to get a ticket. I was going to buy my ticket in the morning just because I had like a bunch of other obligations tying up my money. So I was going to buy my ticket that morning, but I couldn't. It sold out. So I was like, no, I don't have any plans tonight. And he was like, do you want to play a show? And I was like, yeah, what's up? So he kind of told me the lowdown. And I called my live drummer, Mason, and was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? He was like, well, I'm on my way to work. And I was like, get your shift covered. Alfred wants us to play their show, their sold-out show at Cat's Cradle. I've done, like, one other sold-out show in my life, and it was phenomenal. So this being an opportunity to just kind of, like, show up day of, surprise everyone, because the thing is, Alfred at one point, while he was transitioning between bands, he did a bunch of shows with me. He played Messenger Down shows for a good, like, probably 6 days.
Wow.
While he was like transitioning between a couple bands, because he left one band, started playing with me, found a band that he thought he was going to be like happy with, and then just ended up it like didn't work out. And then I played a show with the second after right after they lost a guitar player, and was like, I was like, I have a friend who might be worth considering. Because I was talking to Michael that night. I texted Alf, hey, hit the second after up. They need a guitar player. And he was like, are you serious? And I'm like, yes. Like, hit them up ASAP. And he was like, now he's in the band, and Alfred is the happiest I've ever seen him. Yeah. The second after is doing, like, fantastic. So, they're touring.
Those boys kick ass. I mean,
like, they're so good.
I mean, like, it's awesome that, like, all of the bands that I like kind of get along. It's great. I mean, I didn't know that he played with you for a little bit.
Yeah, he's actually in the music video for I'd Hate to Put Words in Your Head, Lend Me Your Ears Instead. He's actually in that music video.
I haven't watched the music video.
Yeah, there's footage from a couple shows, and he played 2 of the shows that we got footage from. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that CD release show, like, I don't think it could have gone any better.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And since it was sold out, I sold a lot of merch. I got, and Mason, what I was going to say was Mason ended up having to pay one of his coworkers off to cover his shift.
Oh my
He just gave him $20. Yeah, he was like, if I give you $20, will you cover the rest of my shift? And they were like, yeah. So I gave Mason $20 back to reimburse him for that.
Yeah. I mean, that was fun. What time did you guys end up getting to the Cat's Cradle that night? Like right before
it was like right before 7.
Okay.
Like, I know from the fall started like at 7. It was like 6:53 that I pulled up. Okay. I ran in and I was like, okay, where's everything going? And they squeezed me in this like tiny corner. I have a lot of merch. Like, I put like a lot into my merch, and I looked at this corner and I was like, this probably isn't gonna work, but let's do it anyway. I didn't even get the merch set up by the time From the Fall finished playing. I like got everything in, set it all down. Then they were like, all right, this is our last song. So I was like, dang it. Now I have to like get my in-ear set up and get ready to start moving stuff on stage. It was a little hectic, but totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's like I've been doing this for over 5.5 years at this point, I've played so many shows that it's like, it's not like going through the motions. Like, I'll tell anyone any day, my favorite part is recording.
Okay.
My favorite part of like doing this is like recording and kind of getting that like finished product. And a lot of people really like playing shows, but me on the other hand, it's like, it's not like it's going through the motions because every show's different and every show is like, you know, it's kind of got its own thing.
Yeah.
No two shows are the same, but very rarely is one like as exciting as that one.
Yeah.
Because it was like day of, like 2 hours before the bands were supposed to load in, he calls me and it's like, yeah, be here by 7 if you can. So it was literally like, I paid for my lunch, I left, I drove home, I packed everything into my car, Mason drove to my house, and we left.
And how far how far away is Charlotte from Carborough?
2.5 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
So there was like no time. No time.
Exactly. Like that's part of what made it just so exciting because it's like on top of like it being sold out, the crowd was phenomenal. It was just kind of like that last minute, the like spontaneous, you know, hey, like, do you want to come play a show tonight? It's sold out. There's like a couple hundred people here.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
so
it was crazy.
You said your favorite part is recording. But what is you said? And you said you played a lot of shows. What is do you have like a favorite venue? Have you?
I did. It was Tremont Music Hall, but they shut Tremont. I actually was able to play the last show Tremont Music Hall ever put on.
Wow.
It was in December. Yeah, it was in December 2015. My manager used to work at Tremont, so they let her pick a couple people for the final show. And this was like right after the split. That was my second show back, like after announcing that I was going to be a solo artist again.
Damn, that must have been crazy.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, if you count acoustic performances, it was my third show after like coming back as a solo artist. Because I played that in September, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I like, from the point Amanda told me, Tremont's closing, they're having a final show, you're playing it, to the show, I was like learning about synth programming and running backing tracks and, you know, I like bought a guitar. I, you know, worked with Mason to learn all the songs in time. Like, it was like a really busy, really exciting couple months, but it was like it was like very, very bittersweet because I wish that I still had Tremont to kind of like put on my own shows there and, you know, bring out, you know, kind of set everything up myself. I don't have that close of a relationship with any other venues here in Charlotte. So I miss it. I miss it a lot.
That must have felt like such an honor, though, to be chosen for like the last show.
Yeah, it was, like I said, super bittersweet because it was like I got my stuff together. I played a killer show, but at the same time, it was like Tremont's closing. There's no more Tremont.
Yeah. So.
But I will say something like it's not like a venue per se, but I did the Charlotte date of Warp to Work 3 years in a row. I did the acoustic basement stage and then I did the Ernie Ball stage twice.
Oh, I love both stages.
That was insane.
Yeah,
it's not like traditional venue, but like top 5 favorite shows ever. I think, or maybe top 10. I think all 3 of them were in the top 10. I think 2 of them were maybe in the top 5.
Yeah, I like the Ernie Ball stage and the acoustic because it's more personal. I like more personal settings. I don't like the main stage, at least at Merriweather, Post Pavilion, where I go for work tour. You know, you're seeing them from a screen. You're not physically seeing them. It's, you know, a lot less personal.
Well, see, we don't have the screens in Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah. Charlotte, I feel like Charlotte's Warped Tour, it's at the PNC Music Pavilion. It's very, like, it's a massive spot, so there's plenty of room for, like, everything going on. But I feel like it's a little smaller than some of the other Warped Tours. You know, just for locations and, like, how many people show up. Not that it's, like, small, there's still, like, massive amounts of people, but we don't have screens, you know, and none of the crowds are, like, too incredibly packed that you can't work your way up to the front if you really want it.
I was about to say, you gotta really want it.
Yeah.
If there was one place that you could play, either a venue or a city or something like that, one place that you could play, where would that be? Like a city that you really want to go to and play?
Well, I mean, I would really like to just get to play the Fillmore here in Charlotte, but that's like my kind of realistic, something I can like reasonably see myself doing within the next couple years. My kind of mildly unrealistic goal is like to play Madison Square Garden. Or somewhere just like massive like that. I actually like for get to play like a football arena because I saw I love One Direction, no shame. I saw One Direction on the Road Again tour in Baltimore at the stadium where the Ravens play.
Yeah.
And that was crazy.
Yeah.
I saw The Weeknd play some, I think it was like a basketball arena, but still an arena, in December 2015 with Halsey and Travis Scott. Like, wonderful lineup. I love all three of them to death. And it's just like seeing like that place, like a place that big, completely packed, is insane. So I'd love to like at some point get there.
That would be awesome.
We'll see.
If you could like, you know, I know there's a lot of artists that you like and everything. Is there one in particular that you would love to play alongside? Like, dead or alive, artist or band, like, just one musician person or band that you would love to play beside?
It is a toss-up between my two favorites, Panic at the Disco and the 1975. They're still living, so it's not like an unreasonable goal. And, you know, they're my favorites. They're like my biggest influences. So, you know, I'd love for that to happen. But if we're talking unreasonable goals here, I think Queen would be cool.
Damn.
Like Freddie Mercury is phenomenal. Bowie, who passed recently.
Woo! Bowie, yep.
You know, I love, you know, his music.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those, like, they're dead, but it would be cool because they're just, like, such legendary, like, iconic acts. Like, who like, hasn't heard of Bowie? Who hasn't heard of Queen, you know, or Prince, or, you know, the Beatles.
I'm a big fan of the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I even go as far as Johnny Cash, Frank Sinatra. Like, we're talking classics, like. Yeah. Like, there are those legendary names that it's like easy to just like. The Doors, That would be, Jim Morrison. He was a fucking icon. Exactly.
But yeah.
Awesome. I think that's all I really have.
Yeah, and if between now and whenever that happens, I have like a more definite answer as far as like what I'm gonna be doing with new music, I'll let you know.
Perfect.
So I don't think I have too many other interviews lined up. I think I have one more, but that's not until next week or the week after.
Perfect. Okay. Talk to you.
Well, thanks again.
Yeah.
And stuff.
No problem. Talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.